In Miami, Florida, a group of 4 men entered a smoke shop in the late night hours, and at first it seemed as if they were gonna buy something. But while talking with the store clerk and asking him questions about the products, a man named William Robinson would pull out a gun and attempt to rob the store. But when the employee named Salem Albuquerque would attempt to flee to the back of the store, Robinson would make a cowardly move and decide to pull the trigger, ultimately ending the life of an innocent man for no good reason.
Nah, but that's a small buzz, right?
This one is. I had this as exotic.
Don't move, you bounce that box.
Jawan, police are asking for your help to catch the person who shot and killed an employee inside a business. The deadly violence all caught on camera.
Nico Clements is live in North Miami Beach with who police are searching for tonight. Nico.
Just tragic, U2. Police say they are searching for the shooter and 3 other people inside this business. The shooter murdered the employee who works here at this smoke shop, just doing his job. And now police are releasing this surveillance video, hoping somebody recognizes the people in the video, hoping they know something to help bring this family justice.
Luckily for the victim's family, Robinson would be caught and arrested not too long after the murder and would be charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery and faces up to life in prison, while the other 3 men with him were charged with accessory to murder after the fact and sentenced to 4 years in prison each. In Kansas City, Missouri, a middle-aged man was approached by a younger male in a white hoodie and asked for some spare cash after exiting a gas station convenience store. And when the man would graciously decide to give up his change, that's when a low-life criminal associated with the beggar would sneak up behind him with an assault weapon and shoot him for no good reason, before being caught on surveillance camera robbing the man and stealing from his car as he laid defenseless on the ground.
Live near the scene of the latest investigation near Truman and the Paseo. Kathy.
Good morning. So what this is this will make homicide number 162. But as Captain Foreman has said, this is more than just a number. The victim, an adult male, is somebody's brother, son, somebody's loved one, especially around the holidays. And she said, while her detectives and police have been very, very busy overnight, they are going to work to find out who is responsible for this latest homicide. And this is a very active scene right now. Been that way since about 3 o'clock this morning. What they know is that possibly a witness called police just after 3 to report that a man had been shot near the BB convenience store. Now that's where police found the victim when they arrived here. He was unresponsive, and despite trying to revive him, he died on the scene. It's not clear at this point what led up to the shooting, according to Captain Foreman, but there are a couple of possible witnesses who've been talking to investigators, and they also may be able to work with their surveillance video to help with the case. But at this point, they don't have any suspect information available. They're working it, developing story here. So if you know anything, you saw anything, you call the police, 816-474-TIPS. At this point, not clear on the victim. They haven't given any description or anything about the victim, but what we know is that this person was shot, killed around 3 o'clock this morning. Back to you in the studio.
In Miami, Florida, a man named Jason Mitchell had entered a gas station convenience shop, and while inside, he would get into a verbal altercation with 2 employees. And during this argument, Jason would decide to pull out a gun and shoot the 2 employees, killing them both, before also shooting and injuring an innocent onlooking customer who did nothing to him.
2 people are dead and another is in the hospital after a triple shooting Saturday morning. Miami police say a man with a gun stormed into this gas station off 54th Street in Liberty City. An argument began and 2 employees and a customer were shot. That customer who survived was taken to the hospital to be treated. The shooter took off and police spent hours at the scene searching for clues that may lead to an arrest.
Eventually, Mitchell was arrested and charged with attempted murder and 2 counts of second-degree murder for the cold-blooded killings that all started over a stolen drink, and if found guilty, Jason faces up to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In Edmonton, Canada, a 20-year-old apartment security guard named Harshdeep Singh had responded to reports of a group of people being loud and unruly in the building and had gone to confront them, and after asking them to leave, a 30-year-old man named Evan Rain would pull out a shotgun, causing Singh to pull out his phone and threaten to call the police. But even though Rain repeatedly told Singh to drop the phone, Singh would refuse and attempt to walk back down the stairs, and this is when Rain would fire 1 shot at his back, taking the life of an innocent man.
Get the phone right now, but get the phone. Spokesman, get the phone right now. Okay. Get the phone right now. I'm going. Get the phone right now. Get the phone right now. Get the phone. Get the phone. Get the phone. Get the phone.
Being that Evan Rain was caught on surveillance camera murdering Singh, it wasn't hard for police to identify who did it, and eventually arrest Rain and charge him with first-degree murder for this senseless act of violence. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, an elderly couple was hosting a party at their home for their grandson and had hired a band to perform for them. But shortly after 10 p.m., while a woman was recording the performance, shots would begin to be let off as 2 unknown men in a vehicle would begin to open fire on the crowd for a completely random and unknown reason, causing everyone on scene to panic and try to scramble to safety. But unfortunately, not everyone there would be able to make it. During the gunfire, a 36-year-old man named Emiliano Flores would be struck and taken to the hospital in critical condition, where he would ultimately succumb to his injuries. But to this day, the motive behind the shooting and who the men are that are responsible is still under investigation.